For the first time, senior U.S. officials confirmed that North Korea is sending troops to Russia.
Today, for the first time, the U.S. government confirmed that North Korean forces are in Russia to help fight Ukraine.
North Korea is sending troops to fight with Russia in Ukraine.
The war in Eastern Europe has reached dimensions that are shaking the dynamics in the Pacific. The addition of new players to the war in October has begun to seriously worry China. If the war spreads to the Pacific, it could directly threaten the security of Northeast Asia. This would not sit well with China, which is competing with the United States in the global economic competition arena. China is therefore preparing strategic moves to avert the growing threat between Russia and North Korea. It is looking for ways to distance Pyongyang leader Jong Un from Vladimir Putin, the head of the Kremlin. So what can China do, and what are the Beijing government's plans? Join us as we analyse these critical developments and discuss the potential future of global relations. But first, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and give us a like to stay up to date with our content. It was actually the United States of America and the Republic of Korea that woke the People's Republic of China up to the increasingly threatening alliance between the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and the Russian Federation. After Pyongyang sent thousands of troops to the Russian Federation to help Moscow's war against Ukraine, the United States of America and the Republic of Korea called on the People's Republic of China to use its influence over the Russian Federation and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea to prevent escalation. After all these calls, Beijing has also broken its silence on the issue. Liu Pengyu, spokesperson for the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in Washington, said in a statement that the Beijing government's position on the Ukraine crisis is consistent and clear. Liu emphasized that the People's Republic of China is committed to peace talks and a political solution to the Ukrainian crisis. Although Beijing has built an unlimited partnership with Moscow and is an important ally for Pyongyang, experts believe that Beijing may not approve of a closer military partnership between the Russian Federation and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea because it is destabilizing in the region. Shi Yinhong, an international relations expert at Renmin University in the People's Republic of China, said that the partnership between the Russian Federation and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea contradicts Beijing's goal of a peaceful Korean peninsula. China's warning messages against the alliance between the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and the Russian Federation are therefore likely to become more strident over time. Beijing recognizes the complexity and danger of the situation, Shi Yinhong said, adding that the fact that the People's Republic of China has not yet said anything about the military alliance agreement between the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and the Russian Federation shows that China strongly opposes it. On the other hand, Dennis Wilder, senior fellow at the Initiative for United States of America and People's Republic of China Dialogue on Global Issues at Georgetown University, described Beijing's silence on the Democratic People's Republic of Korea's move as surprising. He added that Beijing needs to find a balance between supporting Moscow and not angering the West, and that Chinese President Xi Jinping could ignore the whole issue for his own good. Speaking at a panel discussion hosted by the Washington-based think tank Center for Strategic and International Studies this week, Wilder also stressed that Xi has built a personal relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin and cannot afford to let Putin fail. According to him, Xi does not want to anger the Europeans and Americans when his country's economy is in trouble. So for the People's Republic of China right now, there is probably a combination of a little bit of exasperation, a little bit of panic, and a little bit of a feeling of not knowing what to do about the current situation. Experts believe that it is unclear whether Beijing was informed in advance of Pyongyang's move to send troops on Moscow's behalf. Beijing is also said to be worried about the Russian Federation gaining more influence over the Democratic People's Republic of Korea than the People's Republic of China. China normally does not want to lose the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, one of its most important allies in the region, to the Russian Federation. If you remember, the People's Republic of China experienced this fear at the last grouping of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa summit. While officials of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea did not comment on the reports, which were also voiced by Kiev and Seoul, the Kremlin initially denied reports of troops from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. However, when asked at the grouping of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa summit, Russian President Vladimir Putin did not deny the allegations of troop deployment from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Following this statement, officials of the People's Republic of China told the press that Beijing had demanded a de-escalation of tensions in the Ukrainian war because of its concern about the deployment of troops from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea in Ukraine. The Chinese reaction was seen as a warning to Pyongyang, given its new involvement in the European conflict and its aggressive stance against its southern neighbour, threatening to embroil its Indo-Pacific ally in two geopolitical crises. In the past, the People's Republic of China has tried to broker a peace deal between Ukraine and the Russian Federation, but it has been accused of supplying weapons to President Vladimir Putin that were used in the conflict, and has repeatedly refused to condemn the invasion. Therefore, China's criticism of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea's move to send troops to fight on Russian soil in Ukraine came as a shock. The fact that this was again a topic of discussion at the grouping of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa summit was a clear warning from the People's Republic of China directly to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and indirectly to the Russian Federation. Over the past year, Beijing has even chosen to react to Pyongyang's cooperation with Moscow by publicly courting the adversaries of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. In May, for example, the People's Republic of China organized a trilateral summit with the Republic of Korea and Japan after a 5-year hiatus. On the same day in June that President Vladimir Putin visited Pyongyang, officials from the People's Republic of China and the Republic of Korea held a security dialogue in Seoul for the first time in 9 years. This apparent friction between the People's Republic of China and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea has attracted many Western security analysts who argue that the United States of America and its allies should try to drive a wedge between the two countries. But such an effort would be futile. Despite signs of tension between the two countries, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea is overwhelmingly dependent on the People's Republic of China. For example, almost all of its trade is with China. The two countries have not always seen eye to eye over the past 75 years, but their relationship has never come close to breaking apart. Instead of focusing on what can separate the Democratic People's Republic of Korea from the People's Republic of China, the United States of America should work with the Chinese government to rein in the erratic behavior of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Both the United States of America and the People's Republic of China are ultimately invested in maintaining peace on the Korean Peninsula. Working together to contain the regime in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea is the best way to achieve this. While the Democratic People's Republic of Korea is often thought of today as simply a satrap of the People's Republic of China, it is not a Chinese vassal. It has long sought to achieve a large degree of autonomy in its foreign policy. The two countries have experienced many moments of friction in their relations. In August of the year 1956, Kim Il-sung, the ruler of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and grandfather of the current leader, was angered by Chinese and Soviet involvement in a coup attempt against him and opposed subsequent Chinese and Soviet efforts to dissuade him from purging officials he believed were involved in the plot. During the People's Republic of China's Cultural Revolution in the 1960s, the Chinese Red Guards characterized Kim as a counter-revolutionary dictator. China's tolerance of open criticism of the North Korean leadership further strained the relationship between the two governments. At the time, Pyongyang also used Beijing and Moscow against each other. During the rapprochement between the People's Republic of China and the United States of America in the 1970s, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea hosted Soviet Navy ships in its ports and allowed Soviet warplanes to enter North Korean airspace. Throughout the 1980s, In response to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea's turn towards the Soviet Union, the People's Republic of China increased diplomatic contacts with the Republic of Korea. Relations between the People's Republic of China and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea reached another low point in the year 1992, when China officially established diplomatic relations with the Republic of Korea against Kim's wishes. In the year 2006, China further angered Pyongyang by joining international sanctions against Pyongyang's missile and nuclear weapons programs. Pyongyang, in turn, has often acted without consulting Beijing on issues that could seriously affect China's security. After the first nuclear test by the Democratic People's Republic of Korea in the year 2006, Beijing accused Pyongyang of acting arrogantly, a term rarely used in official Chinese statements. North Korea's nuclear tests violated an agreement between the two countries that requires them to consult each other on all major international issues of common interest. In the year 2017, at a time of great tension between the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and the first Trump administration, Beijing openly criticized Pyongyang. An editorial in the Global Times, a Chinese state-run newspaper, argued that North Korea's possession of nuclear weapons seriously harmed China's national security. Over the past year, there have been signs that the People's Republic of China and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea are entering another challenging period. Beyond sending troops to the Russian Federation, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea has expressed frustration over what it perceives as a lack of diplomatic and economic support from China. In the year 2023, for example, leader Jong Un of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea paid more attention to the Russian defense minister than to the Chinese envoy on the 70th anniversary of the Korean War armistice. In July of the year 2024, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea stopped broadcasting state television broadcasts from a Chinese satellite and switched to a Russian one. When Kim and Chinese leader Xi Jinping exchanged messages marking the 75th anniversary of diplomatic relations between their two countries, Kim did not use traditional expressions of courtesy in his letters to Beijing, such as dear and respectful leader, and terms indicating the ties between the two countries, such as blood-forged socialism. These subtle symbolic and rhetorical shifts show that the Democratic People's Republic of Korea is not happy with China. China has used economic policies to express its frustration with Pyongyang's current alliance with the Russian Federation, and the lack of consultation over military provocations such as weapons tests. Beijing has cracked down hard on North Korean smuggling over the past year. It has restricted the sale of North Korean seafood in China and made it harder for Chinese boats to fish illegally in North Korean waters. Chinese fishermen were paying Pyongyang for the privilege, while Beijing turned a blind eye. In July of the year 2024, Beijing demanded that Pyongyang recall tens of thousands of workers from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea in China, so that China could comply with the United Nations Security Council resolution number 2937, which calls for the repatriation of North Korean workers. This move would further deprive the Democratic People's Republic of Korea of urgently needed foreign exchange. These penalties are particularly painful as the North Korean economy is severely strained by international sanctions, the global pandemic, and economic mismanagement. Between year 2016 and year 2022, the country's exports fell by 94% and imports by 61%. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea needs all the help it can get, but the People's Republic of China is doing the opposite. So the Beijing government is intensifying sanctions. Unsure of China's intentions, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea has turned to the Russian Federation for economic, diplomatic, and military cooperation. With these punitive measures, the People's Republic of China is not trying to punish Pyongyang for siding with the Russian Federation. At the same time, it is also trying to build rapport with the United States of America and Europe. Since the summit between Xi and President Joe Biden of the United States of America in November of the year 2023, Beijing seems determined to stabilize United States of America and People's Republic of China relations in order to attract foreign investment from Western countries and maintain strong trade ties with them. In this context, the aggression of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea against the Republic of Korea and Japan, and its military support for the Russian Federation, has become a burden for the People's Republic of China's interaction with the West. This is because the United States of America and Europe see the People's Republic of China as the patron of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and therefore partly responsible for Pyongyang's behavior. What about the relationship between the People's Republic of China and the Russian Federation? The People's Republic of China also has considerable leverage and influence over the Russian Federation. Jonathan Ward, senior fellow at the Hudson Institute, a Washington-based think tank, predicts that the Russian Federation's war in Ukraine would have failed without the direct economic and industrial support of Xi Jinping and the Chinese Communist Party. This is also the opinion of war analysts and military experts. Therefore, the People's Republic of China is capable of indirectly warning the Russian Federation against forming such a deep alliance with the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. The Russian Federation, like the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, has to listen to the People's Republic of China, which it sees as its big brother. Putin will therefore either end up listening to Kim Jong Un's call for war or heed Xi Jinping's warning and put an end to this madness. The growing tensions between the two sides have different repercussions in the United States of America. Some Western scholars have argued that tensions between the People's Republic of China and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea offer the United States of America and its allies a chance to distance the two countries from each other. But such an idea is fanciful. Despite moments of disagreement, ties between the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and the People's Republic of China are resilient. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea has been economically dependent on China for its survival since the collapse of the Soviet Union, and became even more dependent on Beijing after the United Nations increased sanctions on North Korea's nuclear program in the year 2017. China has effectively become a lifeline for the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, supplying essential goods such as food, clothing, fertilizer, machinery, and construction materials. In other words, almost everything that sustains the daily lives of North Koreans and the country's industries. Between year 1994 and year 2023, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea accumulated a trade deficit with China of more than 20 billion Amerika Birleşik Devletleri Dollari. The year 2024 agreement between the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and the Russian Federation expands trade between the two countries, but does not meaningfully reduce Beijing's influence over Pyongyang. In the year 2023, China accounted for 98% of North Korea's official trade volume. When tensions rise, the two countries quickly mend fences. Xi, for example, did not meet Kim once between year 2012 and year 2017, but he met 5 times between year 2018 and year 2019, after a summit between Kim and President Donald Trump of the United States of America was announced. Despite having enormous influence over its neighbor, the People's Republic of China avoids playing hardball to avoid pushing the Democratic People's Republic of Korea into the arms of the Russian Federation or even the United States of America. When the People's Republic of China joined United Nations sanctions against the Democratic People's Republic of Korea in the year 2006, Pyongyang reacted by holding bilateral talks with Washington without Beijing's approval. Since then, China has maintained close channels of communication with Pyongyang to avoid being cut off. The People's Republic of China also fears that putting pressure on the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, already strained by an economic crisis, could push the Kim regime to the brink of collapse. How Pyongyang will behave when cornered is highly uncertain even for the Chinese leadership. In the worst-case scenario, Pyongyang could resort to attacking the Republic of Korea to deliberately create an external crisis and force the People's Republic of China to intervene on the Democratic People's Republic of Korea's behalf. Therefore, Beijing should carefully assess the risks when considering how far it can push the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. In the current era of strategic competition between the People's Republic of China and the United States of America, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea's value to the People's Republic of China extends beyond its role as a buffer zone between Chinese and United States forces. From Beijing's perspective, during a conflict with the United States of America over Taiwan, it is advantageous to maintain close ties with the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. This is because Pyongyang can help tie up United States troops in the region, keeping open the possibility of another war. But it remains unclear whether Beijing would coordinate with the Democratic People's Republic of Korea before taking military action against Taiwan, or whether it would be willing to coordinate such an intervention if it could lead to a conflict from the Taiwan Strait to the Korean Peninsula. Chinese strategists are understandably wary of Western countries' attempts to exploit tensions between the People's Republic of China and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. In July of the year 2024, a spokesperson for the Chinese Foreign Ministry accused the Republic of Korea's press of spreading unfounded rumors about disagreements in the relationship between China and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and reaffirmed the bond between the two countries. In response to the growing ties between the Democratic People's Republic of Korea and the Russian Federation, the United States of America and its allies in East Asia may strengthen their military cooperation. The People's Republic of China perceives this as a threat to its security. In this scenario, an effort by the United States of America to exploit tensions between the People's Republic of China and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea could backfire. The more Beijing believes that the United States is trying to weaken Chinese influence by driving a wedge between China and North Korea, the more valuable the Democratic People's Republic of Korea becomes to the People's Republic of China. This could be exactly Pyongyang's calculus. To avoid such an outcome, the United States of America and its allies should focus on identifying the interests they share with the People's Republic of China. That is, it is essential to prevent a war on the Korean Peninsula. It is unrealistic to expect Beijing to take extreme measures, such as suspending oil supplies or humanitarian aid to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Instead of pushing the People's Republic of China and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea apart, Washington should seek to leverage Beijing's sway over Pyongyang by urging China to clearly communicate two red lines to its partner. First, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea should refrain from directly attacking the lives and property of South Koreans, as it did in the year 2010 Cheonan torpedo attack and the shelling of Yeonpyeong Island. Since these events, the Republic of Korea's military doctrine has become much more aggressive. Any North Korean attack, even on a limited scale, will trigger Seoul's retaliation and could escalate into a full-scale war. Second, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea should refrain from conducting its seventh nuclear test. The seventh test would likely be aimed at developing a small-yield nuclear weapon that would be easier to deploy. Such a test would be a sign that China's influence over Pyongyang is weakening and could prompt the Republic of Korea to acquire its own nuclear weapons. This is a position officially opposed by both the Republic of Korea and the United States, but one that is gaining more and more traction in Western policy circles. Efforts by the United States of America to drive a wedge between the People's Republic of China and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea could backfire and potentially strengthen their autocratic alliance. To secure meaningful cooperation from the People's Republic of China, it would be more effective for Washington to keep its demands specific, realistic, and aimed at achieving common interests. A more focused approach is likely to yield better results. So, what do you think about this issue? We would be grateful if you indicate in the comments. Thank you for watching us. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and like to support us.